So today let's count down the top 10 most powerful men in Nigeria as of 2025. And I say men because, well, that's just how the power structure still is. Let's start from number 10, and trust me, each name we go through will make the next one even more interesting. Number 10, Yemi Cardoso and Wale Edun. These two might not be on billboards, and they probably don't have fan clubs, but their power is very real. Yemi Cardoso is the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Wale Edun is the Minister of Finance. Together, they decide the direction of Nigeria's economy. They decide how much interest you pay on a loan, how much inflation bites into your salary, and whether the government spends wisely or not. They don't make noise, but they move markets. When investors are nervous, these are the guys they listen to. They don't need to shout because their power comes from technical knowledge and their closeness to the president. Their influence is quiet but serious. And in a shaky economy like Nigeria's, these two might just be the ones holding things together or letting it fall apart. Number 9. Bishop David Oyedepo. You probably know his name already. Bishop David Oyedepo is the founder of Winners Chapel and the Chancellor of Covenant University. But his influence goes far beyond Sunday sermons. He commands the loyalty of millions of Nigerians, especially in the south of Nigeria. His teachings blend faith, prosperity, and a strong sense of determination. And whether or not you agree with him, it's hard to ignore how many politicians try to stay on his good side. He has also built one of the largest private universities in Nigeria and a real estate empire around his church. So you see, it is not just about preaching. It's about shaping minds, values, and even who gets access to opportunity. He doesn't hold public office, but his influence is felt in the pulpit, in politics, and in classrooms. Number 8. Mike Adenuga. You may not see him on Instagram or hear him speak much, but Mike Adenuga is one of the wealthiest and most connected men in Nigeria. He owns Globacom, one of the biggest telecom companies in the country. He also owns Corn Oil, which plays a key role in Nigeria's oil sector. He makes his money from oil and communication. The same two things that can shake a country if disrupted. And here's the interesting part. He is very private. He stays out of the spotlight, but his money moves across sectors. He hires thousands of Nigerians, and when he speaks in business or politics, people listen. Power doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it's in the quiet hands that control the infrastructure that we depend on. Number 7. Nyesom Wike. If you have been following Nigerian politics in the last few years, you already know Wike doesn't play small. He is the current minister of the FCT in Abuja and the former governor of Rivers State. But titles don't really explain Wike. He is loud, strategic, and unpredictable. He has switched political parties, he has built alliances and broken them, yet somehow, he always lands on his feet. Wike controls serious grassroots power in the South-South. He has loyal supporters who move when he says move, who knows how to rally crowds and negotiate behind the scenes. Some say he's a future presidential candidate. Others say he's too controversial. But love him or hate him, Wike is a serious player. And if he is on your side, that's a good thing. If he is not, well, good luck. Number 6. Fei Bajabia. This man moves more quietly than Wike, but his influence goes deep. Fei Bajabia is the chief of staff to the president. He was also Speaker of the House of Representatives, but more importantly, he is one of Bola Tinubu's closest allies, and he has been that for many years. He's not the one giving speeches on national TV. but he's the one helping write them. He doesn't hold executive power on paper, but he coordinates everything behind the scenes. You could say he's the bridge between Tinubu's thoughts and government action. And in a system like Nigeria, where loyalty often trumps rules, that makes him incredibly powerful. Number 5. The Sultan of Sooto. Now we are getting into spiritual territory. The Sultan of Sooto is not just a traditional ruler. He is the spiritual leader of millions of Muslims in Nigeria. His voice carries huge weight in the north and across the country. When he speaks, people listen. Politicians, religious leaders, and even the military. He has been a key figure in peace talks, interfaith dialogues, and major cultural decisions in the north. If you want to win hearts and minds, you don't go around the Sultan, you go through him. He doesn't need to pass laws to lead protests. His influence is in people's minds and values, and that's one of the oldest and strongest forms of power there is. Number 4. Abdulsalam Rabu. Now let's get back to business. Abdulsalam Rabu is the founder of BUA Group, which controls major sectors like cement, sugar, and real estate. He is worth over $7 billion. He stays mostly in the background. Still, his power is felt in policy decisions, in trade deals, and in how Nigeria's economy operates. He is a major employer and investor, and he is close to many key political figures. Rabiu doesn't shout, he builds. And in the country where industries often move faster than institutions, that makes him one of the quiet giants. Number 3. Pastor Enoch Adu. This man needs no introduction. Pastor Adeboye leads the Redeemed Christian Church of God, one of the largest churches in the world. His church has branches in over 100 countries. His followers range from taxi drivers to presidents. When Adeboye speaks, entire political parties listen, sometimes even change course. He rarely speaks directly on politics, but when he does, it moves the needle. His influence is soft but deep. It's in the way people think, the way people vote, and even raise their children. He doesn't need a political office. He already has the ears and hearts of millions of Nigerians. Number 2. Aliko Dangote. You probably guessed this one. Aliko Dangote is the richest man in Africa. His company, Dangote Group, covers cement, sugar, flour, and now oil. With the Dangote refinery being one of the biggest industrial projects in Africa, he controls the prices of goods people use every day. He provides thousands of jobs, and he has deep connections with governments across the continent. He doesn't campaign, but presidents campaign for his approval. His power is economic, but also political, and even symbolic in many ways. Dangote is the face of Nigerian capitalism. But even with all that power, he's not number one, because there's someone whose reach cuts across nearly all categories we looked at during our research. And the man at the top is Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu isn't just the president of Nigeria. For over 20 years, he's been the mastermind of Nigerian politics. He helped build the ruling party. He picked governors, senators, and even the judiciary. Some say he didn't just win the presidency, he built the road to it. He has influence in politics, in media, in the economy, He has allies in the military, in the courts, and across every regional power blocks. He has survived scandal after scandal, built loyalty networks, and now commands the full power of the state. Whether you admire him or criticize him, one thing is clear. Bola Tinubu understands how power works in Nigeria because he helped to design it.